Hello and welcome to VoiceWhat presents the great business story transforming India in association with NDTV Profit. I'm Muthuswamy and we are at the offices of Mindgate Solutions today. A company that is playing a pivotal role in enhancing India's digital infrastructure, and to take us through their journey are the founders George Sam and Guhan Muthuswamy. Thank you both of you for joining us. With the beginning, that was I think 2008. George, tell us about a bit of the founding story, what inspired you, and how has the journey been so far?
It has been an exciting journey for us. Prior starting to Mindgate, we were building the payment systems for various banks as a service offering. In 2008, we saw a huge opportunity for a payment product company. And that's how Mindgate for delivering innovation was being born. And we saw even the country as well as the regulator, including NPCI, really coming up with various initiatives, right from an Aadhaar to a PFMS to GST to UPI. So we played our role in each and every platforms which country really came up with.
If you ask to extend the George thing, actually speaking, it is the friendship and the passion helped us to start this company.
Now, Mindgate itself, of course, has played a very transformative sort of a role in the UPI infrastructure of the country. So, take us through the impact that you have seen.
Today, it's almost roughly around 9 billion transactions we are processing on our platform out of the 18 billion transactions which has been recorded by NPCI. With the help of NPCI and the regulatory bodies, and the banks who are been supporting us, we have been working today with almost 16 plus banks in the country, large banks in the country, in building the payment infrastructure for UPI and digital payments. And that's been a very, very satisfying job when we see 1 out of 5 transactions which happens globally happens on Mindgate platform.
I could come to you now, Guhan. What is it that makes Mindgate really different from other players in the digital payments space? Both India as well as globally, because you also do have your footprint abroad quite a bit, don't you?
In fact, the most important thing is that we have created a very deep trust with the banks and the regulators around, basically. Because at the end of the day, payment technology or payment systems has got a trust and then availability, security, compliance. So our platforms are scalable. That's the biggest differentiator we could be able to do that across, because after the COVID, the transactions gone multifold, the way of digital payments. Though it has started early, but post-COVID gave a very big thing because people started transacting everything digitally. That gave us a very good, strong footprint in the domestic market, and that also helps us internationally.
And of course, you know, you've done very, very well. You've got a lot of accolades and a lot of awards. I think you won the Government of India award in the digital payment space, that the TSP category, I believe, also the Asian Banker Award. So what is it that has brought you this enormous success?
We as an organization always believe in working very agile with the customer, understanding their problem more than selling our solutions. So that really helped us working very closely and getting more and more deeper trust with the customer. So this is very important for us, and we really thank our partner banks who have given us the support to help us to take the Mindgate to this next level.
It's a true recognition of our sincerity and dedication to this Make in India and making India digital. This is a very good sort of a thing, and thanks to NPCI regulator as well as all the partner banks who have been helping us in getting this sort of a thing.
Now, at the heart of all of this, you know, the awards, the accolades, the success, obviously it is a lot about staying ahead of the curve, about evolving, about adapting to customer needs. So how does Mindgate Solutions look at that?
If you ask me, the bottom line is that we are very passionate. Whatever we do that across, that's a very fundamental thing. So that passion drives us everything, basically. And the market, every month on month, that volume goes higher. And always there is a challenge put before us, basically. So that gives us that we have to be ahead of the curve to be there on this across, because always this payment systems are always people experience matters. And we take every small steps to ensure that the customer always use a digital first approach. Okay, we also have now CBDC in the pilot phase. We are working with a couple of banks on that space, which is also going to be a disruptive in the future, which is going to bring a lot of use cases that can complement what UPI is today.
George, now you've got a large team, right? About 1,500 people working at various sites, as you were telling me earlier. So what helps keep innovation alive in your offices?
We are, from the start of from inception of the company, in fact, we have been very focused. The value systems of the organization are being driven very strongly because we manage large payments transactions for the banks, and we are responsible about ensuring the security as well as reliability of the customers which we manage. So we have always been very focused about the value systems like integrity, or we talk about the ownership and commitment by resources, the passion which they brings into the table. So we were blessed with the right team right from the day one. The entire leadership team at Mindgate have been there with us since 2010 itself, and that gave us a lot of courage, a lot of strength on building this particular platform.
The world, of course, is moving now towards a cashless economy now. How do you see your journey over the next 5 years?
So technology is going leaps and bounds, and how do you adapt to this approach? Typically, banks have platforms was spanning across multiple decades, and ecosystems are evolving on that sort of a nature. So when you do this across, you have to bring in the technology which can help to scale, basically. So we started off with from the monolith to microservices based architecture, and with a very distributed databases, a lot of in-memory technologies, data streaming, multiple technologies we could be able to leverage it across to give the user experience of how do you get the transaction in seconds, basically. That's a key thing that is there. With AI coming in across a lot of analytics, risk and fraud perspective, we could be able to do a lot of things, a lot of validation, because before you do a single transaction today, UPI, multiple validations, multiple systems are getting invoked. All these things happens within a second. So that's the beauty of all this ecosystem perspective. So we have been in this. With this, all these new technologies and new things coming up in the AI, every day it is giving us much more advanced ecosystem. We are all aiming towards 1 billion transactions a day in India. That's a huge milestone. NPCI's vision of 1 billion transactions a day, we are very much aligned and working towards that. And each of the bank on this, our large banks, customers and other things, everybody is aligned. It works as a one team today.
So now that he's touched upon the global aspect of it, you are looking at a lot of other markets. So what's your vision? What's the strategy as you look at international markets? What's likely to be the strategy here on?
We are on the cusp of digital growth globally now. India has shown the global market how digital payment can transform the country, transform the entire ecosystem. Today, when we talk about the global landscape of payments, we are doing roughly around 20 to 25% of global volumes. So, Mindgate as such. We are also partnering with various countries on various POCs on how exactly the digital payment and UPI can be adopted, because this infrastructure is already been created in our country. They need to just take it, plug it and play it. So that's where we are really looking at and how we can work with them. So apart from the UPI payments and the real-time payments, what we do it in India and globally, we are also in the cash management space, where we are working with all the corporate customers today. It started for us in Middle East, where we are doing the cash management implementation, which is an extension of the real-time payments for the corporate customer. Today, we work with almost 16 banks for multi-countries rollout. This is almost around 18 to 19 countries we have implemented this particular platform. So with our focus on the global expansion, we also have offices now in Middle East, to Singapore, to US, as well as in Europe, in UK, and which is really focused on both on the real-time payments as well as on the cash management. Cash management product is one of the very significant product for us, which contributes close to around 40% of our revenue.
Well, absolutely. We wish you both of you all the very best, and thank you very much. It was a pleasure to have the two of you on the show.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nupur.